Perfect.
Right now.
Wait, everybody gets in.
Hello, 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 everybody. We're so excited to have you join. Susan and Joseph are going to be leading our call. We're so excited to have you here. Susan and Joseph.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good day, everyone.
Hello. Hello, hello.
So in the United States, tomorrow is Labor Day. And we thought we would speak to that, how it relates to each of us, our relationship with work, how it relates to ancient secrets and some of the basic principles and foundations of the ancient secrets teachings and community. And Susan?
Okay, what better community is there than us, than we, whatever, that can honor and give gratitude to all the different ways that work manifests in the world. And so I want to talk about two principles from Dr. Naram. Number one is how he always said, give 100%, and that is a teaching from our lineage. And before I even go further, I want to honor the lineage. I want to say great gratitude for the 𝗬𝗏𝗘𝗧𝗦 lineage and all of the masters that bring us to this very moment. And then I'm also going to honor the masters in each one of us, to honor that each one of us has a master within that holds incredible divine wisdom and energy. And so just thank you to this lineage that's brought us all together, and especially Dr. Clint G. Rogers, who wrote the book that set the world on fire, set us, really got our hearts going. So anyway, Dr. Naram and the 100% principle. And we all know that Dr. Naram gave 100% to everything he did. And we all know, I'm sure we've all heard the stories about what an incredible worker Dr. Naram was. Just awesome. And then I also want to say that we're going to work with gratitude today, which is the guiding principle from morning to night, that we focus on gratitude. So we're going to be working with that with all the workers out there and all the work inside.
So historically, Labor Day developed in this country around 1894, and it came out of the work movement, the labor movement, because conditions were so bad. And I'm reminded of work conditions and Dr. Naram's treatment of the first responders around 9/11. And, people are exposed to toxins in their workplace, whether it's energy, whether it's actual toxic chemicals and things. And that came from his work. And we want to honor how he handled things. And
Okay, we thought that it would be incredibly fun if everybody would put in the chat the work that they've done over their lifetime, the different careers they've had, the different jobs they've done. We get to learn about each other and go deeper in our understanding of each other. So go ahead and put that in the chat. And then
and while doing that, we have a fun tribute.
Yeah, we have a share, because I learned this about one of our beloved community members who can't be here today. And I think that you all get a kick out of this. So Jana, will you play while everybody's putting their information in the chat? Will you play this one?
Yes, I think Cornelia is going to be playing that one.
Okay, go ahead, Cornelia.
So, we know Jerem for his musical prowess, for his heart, for as a massage therapist. And when you're ready, I'm just filling until, there we go.
As a taxi driver, so after I graduated, hello everyone, this is Jerem wishing you all a very happy Labor Day, and gratitude to all the hardworking men and women who created this beautiful country that we live in. So much gratitude. Susan, my dear friend, asked me to say a little bit about my early career as a taxi driver. So after I graduated college with a bachelor's degree in sociology, there were not many jobs out there. And the clear choice for me in terms of having the freedom to do other things that I wanted and create my own schedule was to drive a taxi. It was exciting, it was a little scary at times, but always interesting, and I'm grateful for that job. And I've done other things as well. I did a temporary 3-month job, which was quite wonderful. Chauffeur at the United Nations for the Tanzanian government. So those were among some of the things that I did in the labor force. And once again, thank you all and happy Labor Day. Bye-bye now.
I just thought that was great. He was a cab driver in New York. Who would have thought? So let's see. Who would, want you, somebody?
Jana or Carol, would one of you maybe just run down some of these jobs, occupations, and things?
Yeah,
that people
Jana, go
have
ahead,
listed?
Jana. Yeah.
I got to get my chat so I can read it. So hold on.
A swimming inspector.
Yeah.
There's a good
Have to
one.
say who it is.
Librarian.
Librarian Anne, Dr. Ann was a librarian and babysitter. Nursing. Luke, would you like to share about your experience with your work? Love to hear about that.
Sure. I've had a very eclectic career in a lot of different areas. I was born into this life as an artist with really good art talent. I went to one of the best art high schools and colleges in New York City. So I started out my career as a graphic artist illustrator in my 20s. And then I became very intrigued with wood carving and wood sculpture and stone sculpture. So I trained in that with a great sculptor in New York City, and I had a really nice career as a professional sculptor, showing my work in galleries and museums and selling it both in New York and California. I then went back to school in the 80s to get a degree in computer science. I became a computer programmer, database designer for about 14 years. Up until the late 90s. And then I became so intrigued in the internet in the 90s, I began to do internet marketing. I started my first online business in 1998, and I sold it for a lot of money in 2006. And I've been an internet marketer ever since. So a lot of different things.
That's so amazing. Thank you. Carol, you have a long list. I would love to hear from you.
Well, I'm in my 70s, so I've done a lot of stuff. I started out teaching fitness and aerobics and things like that. And then I was a classical pianist and student of music most of my life, and taught music lessons in Okinawa for 2 years, and was certified with as a Yamaha music teacher. And then because I found something with a keyboard on it, and I was already doing keyboards, I got into computers early in the mid 80s. And ended up spending a whole career in computers, culminating in enterprise architecture, cyber architecture, so systems architecture in the electric utility industry, and did a lot of road travel, 26 conferences in 32 months as a conference speaker. And what I wanted the whole time was to be a healer. I started studying 𝗪𝗙𝗪𝗪 in my teens. I went to Sufi schools for energy healing. I studied naturopathy and thought that that's where I wanted to be. But Spirit said, wherever you are, however you pay your bills, I can use you. So I stopped worrying about it and just did what I was called to do. But I'm so excited now to be able to surround myself with things like home remedies and Marma. So thanks for the opportunity.
Oh, that's great. So we're going to really support you all to look at this list and look at what different people have done. It's just incredible. Such a rich, rich community. Carol, would you be willing to make the announcements that need to be made before we
Sure.
go further into this? Thank you.
Absolutely, we'll do so. I'm going to do a quick screen share just because it's a lot of words on a page at one time. This is just a reminder that what we say, what you see, what you hear in the recording is for educational and informational purposes only. This doesn't constitute any kind of medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you think you're having an emergency, call 911 or the equivalent. And Ancient Secrets Foundation isn't responsible for your personal healthcare decisions. All of that. So thanks for that opportunity, and I'll stop my share. For other upcoming announcements, this is the final time to sign up for our next program, which is called the Miracle Experiment Game. It starts Sunday, a week from today. The timing is 9:30 a.m. Pacific, and it runs for 4 weeks. In addition, daily, Monday through Friday, will be a recorded session for 30 minutes where we're doing some movement, some marma, some breakout rooms, and a meditation with Dr. Naram. So that's up and coming. Last chance to get on that, and I think that you're going to really love that. We got your shopping covered for the holidays. We're offering Ancient Secrets 101 in January, Ancient Secrets 100 Days in February, and our store is full of beautiful things. So hope you'll take advantage of some of those programs. See the newsletter for lots and lots and lots of detail. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you. Okay, you want to go?
Well, we were going to have Ann.
Oh, now we're going to,
yeah.
Ann Wilkinson, and she's going to announce who's going to do a beautiful job of dropping us time to drop from our heads to our hearts. So take it away, Ann. There you are.
Wow, that was fun to hear about some of our friends' past lives, and to also reminisce on my own. Thank you for that. That was fun for Labor Day to think of it that way. It's so nice to see everyone. Dr. Naram, speaking of 9/11, I had been to 9/11, even though I don't live very close to it, maybe 3 hours away. I brought a patient about 3 months later up to visit him, and as we were leaving leaving his little area, he said, "Ann, were you at 9/11?" And I said, "Actually, I was, and so was my partner." And he gave us a whole bunch of herbs, and we took them for a few months, and we didn't have any of the problems that other people that were with us in the crew that went right to the center had. And so I'm so grateful for him. And however, one part of that story that I never really told a lot of people was that day leaving there all day, just working in knee deep soot, and it was just like out of a movie scene, and the adrenaline that was pumping was unbelievable. And we left there, and I even got stopped leaving there. They asked me if I was a journalist, because there wasn't many women at all, maybe 4 women in thousands. But and I was like, "You need to move, like I'm ready to leave." They're saying, the buildings are saying, like, "Please, big gigantic New York officer, move." But that would be what Dr. Naram would do too. But anyway, leaving there, I stopped in Asbury Park, New Jersey. 𝗖𝗵𝗊 was having an event. So all these people couldn't come because they couldn't travel from other countries, and people drove 24 hours to get to it. And she had us dancing and singing. And we were like, "Wait a minute, aren't we supposed to be crying? Or isn't this a terrible devastation?" And she said, "If I skin my knee and I'm sitting on the sidewalk, the curb crying, and you sit down next to me and hold your knee and cry, are you helping me?" So we meditated and we danced and we chanted and we increased the vibration in the room. And I really have to tell you that I did more in that time than I did all the muscling and all that. We had to change what we were wearing even 5 times. They had all new boots, all new clothes to wear, because it was such a toxic environment. But I thought, chanting and praying and dancing, we're doing more than my muscles can do. So I'm going to introduce to you my friend Jamal. He's been going, his family was impacted by something very rough. Many of us in this audience who's experiencing parental alienation, whose mortgage company called them with some shock of a surprise. All of us have some deep pain, and we can choose to experience it for 90 seconds and then give ourselves an opportunity to experience something more. So Kamal Chakra DJ is going to raise our vibration and will cancel out any of the vibrations that we may be holding on to that are lowering our frequency. So right now, I'd like you to drop down deep into your heart. Imagine a cave in your heart. You can line that cave with whatever soft material you would like. Imagine yourself curled up in the womb of your own, loving yourself and experiencing this music. And if you feel to move the table out of the way and to let your body move, to release and let go and feel the beat and the rhythm, please be my guest. Jamal. DJ.
And you're muted, and
Or Jamal is plugging in on his.
We've known it long. There's a song inside each one of us, and it grows as we've come to know we are celestial beings, and the galaxy rejoices here eternally. So please let me feel inner peace from my center, at the center of me. Please let me feel inner peace from my center, at the center of my heart. I am in me some love. Love, love, love. I am awake. In me some love. Love, love.
Jamal, the sound is not coming through.
Apologies to everyone. We did have a sound check previously, but as 𝗬𝗙𝗻𝗂𝗑𝗧 works,
Please let me feel from my center, at the center. Please let me feel from my center, the center. Please
yeah.
from my center, the center of me. My heart, I am in me, no,
Move on.
love,
You're not-
Jamal, thank you so much. We are having a hard time with your audio. It's cutting in and out. You know, maybe if we could change the settings on your computer, maybe we could hear that beautiful song towards the end of the call. Joseph and Susan, go ahead.
Yeah, well, thank you. And what I got from that was from the center of my being. I kept hearing those words, and we would like to go a little closer to the center of our beings through an exercise here that I'll introduce in a moment. But what I'm seeing from this vast array of people's experience in the world, how important it is to honor and recognize every single thing that people do to contribute, that without any individual's efforts, the whole cannot exist in the way that it needs to function. I thought it would be an interesting exploration actually for me as we looked at work and our relationship to share a little of my life and story, which started very young with work. And, people as children are given chores, whether it's clearing the table or babysitting or doing things around the house. That quickly for me evolved into, shoveling driveways. We had a lot of snow back in the day in Iowa, mowing lawns. But the essence of all this was I was instilled or took on a significant work ethic, which, like many things in life, it comes with the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's wonderful to have a good work ethic. It also, as my life evolved, I see where it became problematic, that too much of a focus in that aspect of my life, it got me where I wanted to go in terms of achievement of a career, from working in a warehouse and working in toxic degreasing tanks to loading trucks to going to medical school. My core was to want to make things better than I found them. That still is that. It evolved into, as I say, fixing broken things. So it went from things that were broken to literally people that were broken. And it got in the way of personal relationships, whether it was my wife, my friends, my children, because the time and the focus is very easy to get out of balance. It's like when your doshas get out of balance, you got a little too much vata going on. Well, that's problematic. You got a little too much kapha going on. Well, that can be problematic. The whole essence is to, I believe, try to find a healthy balance and recognize all the aspects of life. And so looking at this work, this labor, what is labor? A labor of love, right? I mean, labor of love, bringing children into the world is laboring. It is work that we're all grateful for, or none of us would be here. The saying that, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. So with that, we'd like to explore a little bit of what work in this world means, whether it's working on ourselves, working for others. And Eron, who is a wonderful, beloved member of this community as well, has kindly agreed to help us explore some of those inner spaces of our relationship with work. So, Eron, if you would please, thank you. You're muted.
All right. Can you guys hear me? We're good. Hey, everybody. Just looking at all the faces. Thank you, Joseph and Susan. Really wonderful to share this morning or evening or afternoon with everybody here. And I want to take just a few minutes. It'll be maybe a little bit meditation, a little bit contemplation. We're going to leave our minds on because there is going to be some conscious consideration to go in with the subconscious. And we do have a little bit of music to play behind, and Cornelia, if it works, great. If it doesn't, it's all good. If it's choppy, just cut it. It's all good. What we're gonna do is just tap in to the recognition and awareness of how valuable we all are. You guys want to take that little journey with me? Amazing. And if I could ask you all to just softly close your eyes, and the reason being, because our eyes do such wonderful work of taking in the light codes, the visuals in the physical space. And so grateful for the job that they do. Right now, we would just like to turn those down a little bit so that we can focus more internally on the feeling, on the words. And speaking about the eyes, understanding that they have such an important role, I want you to consider all the different parts of your beautiful, amazing body. Bring your awareness and your attention down to your heart. And so often, especially in this community, put a lot of focus on the heart. The heart is just one piece of an infinite array. The heart sends out its blood every single part of the body. So I want you to follow that path. Follow the path wherever it guides you. Maybe it's going to take you down to your kidneys, might go up to your brain. Maybe you'll follow that blood down to the tip of your pinky or to the bottom of your foot. Maybe it'll go to your lymphatic system, your digestive tract, bones, muscles. Wherever it's taken you, wherever your awareness is in that profound machine of your body, I want you to recognize that that part of your body is important, the work that it does, and just give it gratitude. Just give it thanks. And you can continue to follow the blood anywhere else you'd like to go. And everywhere you go, recognize the importance of that. You know, in this life, so often we tend to compare ourselves and our work in the world, and we judge ourselves based on the success of others or the expression of others. Could you imagine what a disaster it would be if every part of our body tried to be the heart? Wouldn't work. How important is our digestive system, the work that it does, the dirty work to be able to release? We wouldn't live without it. And all of our parts of our body create one singular whole. Tens of trillions of cells, tens of trillions of cells working in harmony every single moment of our lives, each just doing the best they can for their role. And as you zoom out from just the internal of your body, I want you to bring your awareness out to this group here. However many are on the call, however many are part of the Facebook group that will ever see it. Dozens, hundreds, thousands. Each of us with our own roles, our own contributions. And then you zoom out even farther into our communities, into our states and our countries and our world. 8 billion or so of us, individual cells. If 100 trillion cells can work together in perfect harmony, each doing the best they can to keep our profound machine operating optimally, well, then 8 billion of us sure can probably do it. But what's so important is that we always see ourselves through our own eyes. The only thing that we need to do when it comes to our work is just do the best that we can do with what we have. And thinking again about our body, our physical body, and the importance of the digestive system. It may not be as glamorous, but it brings up a beautiful quote by Martin Luther King. And he said, "If a man is called to be a street sweeper, he should sweep streets even as Michelangelo painted, or as Beethoven composed music, or as Shakespeare wrote poetry. He should sweep streets so well that all the hosts of heaven and earth will pause to say, 'Here lived a great street sweeper who did his job well.'" And you can recognize that all of our gifts, all of our quirks, all of our differences, all of our skill sets, whatever it is that you hold makes up you in perfection as you are. And the only thing you need to do is express that. And that is the only work in the world, because nobody can do you better than you. And you can't do anybody else anywhere close to as good as them, so don't even try. Just do you, express you, and that is perfected work in form.
Thank you so much, Eron. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. Yeah, beautiful, Esther. Let's take our hands and rub them together and just send Eron so much love. Thank you, sweetheart. So appreciate you and what comes through you. Now we're going to have an opportunity to go into breakout rooms. And Cornelia, if we could set up the breakout rooms with 4 people in each room. And we're going to come back after the breakout room. We have some more that we'd like to do and process, but we thought it would be wonderful that we could go into the breakout rooms, and each person in a talking stick manner can spend 2 minutes talking about the work that they've done in the world and the work that they do, and whatever that is. And the other 3 people in the room will witness them. And when they're done, basically they'll just say, I hear you and I honor you, and I honor the work that you've done in the world. So each one of us will have the opportunity to be witnessed in the work that we've done in our lives and be heard and be honored. All right? And then after that, we're going to come back together, and then we're going to have a beautiful opportunity to do this for the whole world, because who better to do this for the world than us? Okay, Cornelia, can you? That just happened to me. Thank you.
Just me out again.
We're having some, just go back. Yeah. Can you share? Great. So for me, I was a babysitter, and when I started I think at age 2, I started my career as a psychologist, because my mother talked to me and talked to me and talked to me and brought me all her problems. And a guiding principle in my life has been what heals, because I came from some, watching such unhappiness. So before, I always knew that I'd be a therapist and I'd be in the healing world. I didn't exactly know how, but some of my interesting first jobs, my father was a clothing salesman. And one of my first jobs, I was a model. So I got to do modeling of clothing. And I was a guide. And then I worked in an insurance company as a receptionist. And
Sold clothes.
I sold clothes. I worked in many different retail stores. I was very, very good at that, because I was very honest. People would put things on, I'd say, oh, that looks terrible, don't buy that. And so they trusted me. So then I was very, very good at that. And then after I went off to college, it really was the helping profession. I worked in counseling centers, and I worked in medical settings, teaching residents.
Methadone.
I worked in a methadone clinic with New York heroin addicts and just little me being in charge of them. That was quite a growing experience. And then really I got into my training and becoming a psychologist, and that's my career path. But I think my life work really was having 2 deaf children and being 1000% committed to having them be able to be highly functioning in the world. And that was profound work that I've really done my whole life. And it's the work I'm the most proud of, because they are incredible people. And, you know, the work of, I've always wanted to do what I'm doing now. I've always wanted to do 𝗬𝗏 and have a community where we can go deep and we can really learn about ourselves and open up and share. This is my life stream where I'm like you, Cornelia, where I've landed is my life stream. And I only see better things happening. So that's my share. I'm sure I've missed a bunch of things, but that's it off the top of my head. Yeah, I did. I worked with severely disturbed children. Yeah. Autistic and schizophrenic. Really, just lots of different things.
Yeah, I also forgot something, because I also used to be a tour guide in Ireland for 7 years, where I was kind of guiding German through on buses through Ireland for 7 days each tour. And I always said, if you ever need to study psychology, this you need to do before you study, because you already see everything on a bus like that, being confined in a small place, 7 days with bad weather, good, all these circumstances. And it really prepares you for a study like that. So yeah, we all have so many things in our life, I guess.
It's fun to remember it. Welcome back, everyone.
Yes, yeah, everyone is coming back. So,
Oh, got it. Close.
So welcome back, everybody. I hope that that was a wonderful experience for you. So it would be fun to have some large group sharing now. So would anybody like to raise their hand and share anything that came to them or that they'd like to share? 𝗫𝗏?
Thank you. I just, it was really lovely to hear all the different things that people did. And it's not so much like, look at me, I did this, I did that. But what I heard was who people were and how that manifested, how that expressed or emanated in their lives. It wasn't like this way that society treats people. I see so often people are not treated well. You know, they're just like cogs in a machine. And unfortunately, our society does that. But I didn't sense that here. I got a sense of who people really were. And I just need to say, everyone there was beautiful. Charlotte, my mother's name, she said that when I said it was my birthday, and she has the same name as my mother, who passed in 1967. It's been like, I don't know, 56 years or something that she's gone. I was 6. And she said, I wanted to sing you a song. And she sang, happy birthday, I love you. And it was so sweet. It just felt like it came straight from my mother. And I don't know, for some reason, I was feeling a little out of sorts, like people don't like me or something, or, you know, just some hurt about other stuff. It was just so beautiful. I just thank you, Charlotte. I was just saying, if you were here, I would give you the biggest hug. And I kind of want to put my arms around everybody in the whole community.
Oh, let's everybody send 𝗫𝗏 a wonderful blast of love for her birthday and for who she is.
Happy birthday, 𝗫𝗏.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, sweetheart.
Happy birthday, 𝗫𝗏, יום הולדת שמח. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I love you and we're with you, 𝗫𝗏. Not alone.
Thank you. Oh, I love you all so much.
Happy birthday to you, 𝗫𝗏. Is it your belly button birthday?
No, it's June 4th was my birthday, but Charlotte heard it at the time. Charlotte heard my birthday. No, Sedona was my birthday present. Charlotte heard it and she had wanted to sing me happy birthday. So now she was singing me happy birthday. My birthday
You're
was
really a Gemini and not a Virgo, correct?
Okay, well, that's what
That's it.
every day can be our birthdays.
Thank
That's
you.
Okay.
right.
Carol
Thank
Ray, I think I saw your hand up. Where'd you go?
I'm right here, and I wanted to introduce somebody that you may know through the newsletter. I met her through the Ancient Secrets for Pets chat. We have a special group for Ancient Secrets horses, and Miss Peggy Taylor is in the house, and I would love for you to meet her. She has such a passion. She came from the motion picture industry into this advocacy, and just a quick word from Peggy as to what her day is going to look like and this special work that she's taken on. Peggy?
Hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, thank you very much. And I just wanted to, I haven't been able to be on this call for quite some time because I have not been available, because I'm constantly trying to protect and preserve our wild horses from, and I don't use even the word extinction anymore, it's massacre. So there's a big land grab out there. It's the second largest land grab in the United States, and the first one was Native American. So they want the resources that these horses are supposed to be federally protected on. And so I have the Wild Horse Fire Brigade that does rewilding, and we're trying to preserve the genetics, preserve the horses, because they're actually back in rewilding, eating grass and doing fire mitigation, which is what God intended them to do. So we're trying to reach out to create other satellite operations in different states to provide not only sanctuary for these horses from being massacred, but to provide a service to the earth, which is what they were made for, and that is to be fire mitigators and eat grass, because grass is fuel. So I've got many horses I've rescued out of slaughter. There's 16 in them that are going to ship tomorrow out of Bowie, Texas. I just did 4 a couple days ago. I was just in the roundup for the West Douglas herd that they're zeroed out. I've asking if I can get some of their stallions and mares, which is normally never done, so we can rewild them to save their genetics. They've been there since 1620. So thank you for everybody's support. Carol Ray, having this pet chat, I put my little blip there, and then everybody's jumped in to support these horses. And I am so grateful for everybody for stepping up and helping these horses. Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Thank you for
Let's
your-
send Peggy love and all the horses, just in the way we focus our energy, for their safety, for their freedom, for her strength.
And for what they represent to all of us.
Yeah, their beauty.
Peggy, thank you so much for all of the work that you do. It's amazing what you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Peggy.
Catherine?
The
Catherine,
universe doing it. It's the universe doing it.
thank you for
I'm
what's coming through you, Peggy.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Catherine,
Hello, everyone. What popped in my head after we had the talk together in the group was one of my biggest passions, and I think my future work and current work is the embodiment of the divine feminine. This is, for me, one of my main works and reasons for being on the planet. It's now coming more to light how we can all do that. And I just want to share my passion to know that the future of our planet, for me, depends on us remembering the divine feminine within in balance with the divine masculine. And this is going to be what I'm stepping into. So just wanted to share. Thank you, everyone.
beautiful,
Thank you.
beautiful. 𝗬𝗙𝗎𝗓, nice to see you. You're muted.
It's great to see you again.
Yeah.
I had the joy and privilege of hosting you in New York, and we share of our spiritual journey. This was very uplifting for me, and if it was as half uplifting for you, I'm very happy. What I want to share is two things. First of all, that my work, I don't know distinction between work and not work in some way, because I feel like all day I enjoy supporting people, whether I met them in a subway or whatever. So at the moment, I just want to tell you about a restaurant that if you visit New York, that your boss, well, not from New York, helped me to find the best. Some people want to find the best pizza in Italy. So if you want to find the best falafel in New York, it's called Nish Nush, because they help me to find. I live in New York, I'm Israeli, and I need their help to find it. The other thing I want to share now about work, as I said, I've been working since I'm a kid, because in a kibbutz, we turn out the Jewish abnormal pyramid at the time, which is a lot of middle class at the top and very few working class, if you know the Jewish, like everybody has to become a lawyer or a doctor, yeah? So in Israel, everybody was a worker, and I was a worker at that time. Now it's not anymore like that. My father was a construction worker, and I worked in the farm, in the kibbutz, and whatsoever. But the thing that I learned about work, which was from one of the video when I was doing Panchakarma about 20 years ago in a 𝗬𝗙𝗖𝗥𝗘𝗧𝗦 clinic. He told me this. He found that the people who love their work, they hardly become sick. The people who sit there all day and hate their work become sick, more likely to become sick. So I don't want to say just, thanks Lord, it's Friday. I want to say, thanks Lord, it's a new day. I can meditate and then I can work. And if we can't find the work we love because it's freelance, it's how to get it or whatever, we have to learn to find the work that was given to us. Really to love what we do, because the spirit is in every work and always has a chance to serve. So this is my 2 cents for today.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
And it was a great falafel.
Yeah. Anybody in New York? We were on the hunt for the best falafel in New York, and 𝗬𝗙𝗖𝗓 found it. So, all right.
With your help.
It was fun. So what we'd like to do now, since I think everybody's heart is feeling all warm and good, and we've got our energy present for ourselves, we'd like to take this opportunity now to send out gratitude and love to all of the ways work and workers manifest in the whole world. And so we were going to have everybody,
let's do that. Everybody can unmute and
like a
what's the popcorn machine, just from our hearts to the world, express gratitude. Gratitude is one of the guiding principles of ancient secrets. And from this place of gratitude, invite everyone to just mention a career, a job, anything that other people do that we are grateful for.
Or that you do. So I'm firefighters. Let me just say one more thing. The power of focusing on each one mentioned, that just as you hear firefighters, just feel it in your heart for a minute, because we're going to, at the end, we're going to send our energy out to all that are mentioned. And I'm going to start with laboring women who labor and have babies, because all of us came from that. So we'll just start there. And now Linda, go ahead. Firefighters. Let's keep on going.
Midwives.
Homeopaths.
Grocery workers. Grocery workers.
Police officers.
Truck drivers. Counselors and coaches.
Farmers.
Garbage men and garbage women.
Doctors.
Truck drivers. Farmers.
Yes. Sanitation workers.
Nurses.
Truck drivers.
Volunteers.
People working with animals.
Steepers.
Child care workers. Elder
Mentors.
Mail carriers.
Mentors and
Caregivers.
Carpenters.
Wait.
In hotels.
Mothers.
Cooks in restaurants.
Grandmothers.
Children. Children.
Doctors,
Artists.
doctors.
Others.
People
Social
volunteers in all
services.
the organizations.
Writers, poets,
Pilots.
musicians,
Pastors.
Bishops.
Educational workers.
After school programs.
Artists.
Animal
musicians,
Drivers.
Cooks.
entertainers,
Food bank
Innovators.
writers.
musicians,
Caregivers.
therapists,
Coaches.
Dancers.
Light
Dr.
workers.
Naram.
Coordinators.
Healers.
Masseuses.
peaceful warriors,
Yeah. Body
Animal
workers.
advocates.
Farmers.
athletes,
The writers and the actors.
beauty salon workers,
playwrights,
Childcare workers.
Airline pilots.
Entrepreneurs.
drivers,
Taxi drivers.
Stores.
Artists.
drivers,
Service.
buses, taxis,
leaders,
Public servants.
politicians,
Glass blowers. Drivers.
Mechanics.
Hosts.
Construction workers.
electricians,
Coffee doctors.
engineers,
airline crew, nurses,
ranchers,
Recreational.
Those who care for the elderly.
Teachers.
Teachers.
Carpenters, clergy,
Teachers.
Mechanics.
Politicians.
Contractors.
emergency workers,
consultants,
Makers.
Dr. Clint.
Yay.
Wonderful.
Plumbers.
So what we'd like to
angels,
do, and we will do I love you and I'm with you to everyone we just named. Everyone. So unmute yourself. I love you.
I love you.
I'm with you.
I'm with you. And you ever train Vanny?
love you, and I am with you.
I love
Love
you.
you,
You
and
do.
I am with
Love you and we're with all.
you. And I am with you. Love you, and I am with you.
Love you, Cornelia.
Love you, and I am
Jacamaya.
on this
community.
Love you and I'm with you.
Love you, Jimbo.
Mariana,
Shifra.
Esther,
I'm with you.
Renee,
Thank
Janet,
you.
Mary,
I love
Charlotte,
you.
Dr. Antar, Jamal, Ashira, Diana,
Such a beautiful bunch of people.
Romarishi, Sarabjit, Harvey,
And just feel that going out all over the planet and just knowing
Lisa,
that all these.
Robin, Joan, Beverly, Barbara.
Lord, let the rain of blessings fall.
Yes. And that's me. We feel that going out to all the workers, all the amazing, amazing beings, as Eron talked about, all the cells in our body, all the parts of our body. Feel the oneness of everybody, the work they do, the contributions that we all make together as one. Beautiful, beautiful. So do you want to do the forgive and let go, Marma?
Well, so we thought we'd bring a couple of marmas into this. There is the forgive and let go, and we bring this in now for any purpose, but this is always good. Some people start their day with this, but in reflecting on where we have been, things that we have done, ways we have contributed, or perhaps felt maybe we could have done a little bit more. We could have been a little more present or given 100%. If there is any thing within ourselves that we would like to forgive and let go, or anything from anybody else or things other people have done, this is the opportunity. So the marma is the left hand, which represents left side is the past. So we always use the left for anything that has already occurred. And you go fingers parallel to the floor, thumb 90 degrees pointing up. You go to the first web space, the meet between the thumb and the index finger. And while you are finding a tender spot there, you can focus on your left eye area in your mind's eye and create a red frame. And within that red frame, you image whatever, whomever you would like to forgive, forget, let go of, and that brings much peace. We do that, and we are so grateful for this marma that will allow us to forgive ourselves, forgive others, forgive anything inside that red frame, and we let go.
6
Pinch,
times.
then you squeeze that tender spot 6 times, and you can do it 6 sets of 6 with 6 different images or the same one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So grateful for this ability and gift from the lineage. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I forgive and I let go of, fill in the blank. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I forgive myself for ... 2, 3, 5, 6. I forgive what I perceive, judged as not so good in the world. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I forgive and I let go. 2, 3, 4, 6. So with that, Jamal, I believe you're queued up to bring this beautiful music to us from a place where we are in our hearts of gratitude.
Joseph, I want to mention when somebody plays music, to make the sound better, they need to go into their settings, and there's a setting there to do it for musicians.
Correct.
Thank you, Luke.
And it's not working.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Maybe we can work it out for next time or another time that Jamal can come on and play his music. We're sorry to have missed it, but it's not coming through, Anne.
So,
okay, so now we're going to do one more marma and then end the call with Cornelia leading us in Gary Malcolm and Jason Schulman's song. It's wonderful. We'll have a lot of fun. The last marma I'd like us to do is what do we want? Oops. So
the future
is the right hand. And at the tip of the right hand, since we've just looked at the work that we've done in the world and what everyone has contributed, something might have come up for you that you would want for yourself.
And while we do that, in your mind's eye over the right side, again, being the future, you create a white frame. And within that frame, you vision what you want, and you can even take it another step and envision it as it already has occurred.
And that we press this 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Getting clear about what we want for ourselves, for them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So grateful to know what we want and manifest it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now pat your chest on the left side with your right hand 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And
Well
so
done.
it is. Well
Well done.
Very, very good. And now we're going to end our call today with a lot of fun. We're going to take this energy, and Cornelia is going to lead us, our wonderful, fabulous Cornelia, in dance. And as you're dancing, as you're moving your body, imagine just sending the energy out to the world. This love, this acceptance, this gratitude, this letting go, you'll send it out. And hopefully everybody will feel so good that we've made a difference today. So
before we close, can we give some love back to you?
Oh, well, I was just going to say gratitude to Cornelia, to Jana, to everybody behind the scenes that makes this happen for all of us.
Yes.
And what about you? Can we do that?
Sure, you can do that.
I never refuse a blessing. That's one of my theories. Thank you, 𝗫𝗏𝗫𝗏.
I love you and I'm with you. Monday Miracle Makers.
Thank
you. Love you and I'm with you. Love you and I'm with you.
Love you and I'm with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love you and I'm with you.
Thank you. And after we dance, then we could, well, shall we can do it now. Let's do our off mute with everybody for our community in the world, and then we'll dance it out with with Cornelia. Okay. Love you and I'm with you.
Love you and I'm with you. And 𝗫𝗏𝗃𝗧𝗏. I love you and I'm with you.
Love you and I'm with you.
Love you and I'm with you.
Karen. Love you and I'm with
Again,
you.
this is 𝗬𝗏𝗪𝗏𝗃𝗧𝗏.
Love you and I'm with
Welcomes wonderful music from Jason Schulman with Gary Malcolm, Unlock My Heart CD album. And it's Open-Hearted Man, Open-Hearted Woman. And love you all.
Teresa, if you'll stop sharing your screen and just do the audio. Wonderful.
Okay, while Teresa is getting ready to actually play the music, as already today, to really look into our body and being grateful for what our body does, all our trillions of cells and all the organs, everything we have makes up our body, and how we can be grateful. Another topic that and somebody wished was actually the connection between, and actually the unity between the masculine and the feminine. That song actually allows us to do that, because we will be using even movement by opening our heart, like in this movement of opening. So when the men are singing, we are using the right side of the body, which represents the masculine part. And when the women are singing, then we are doing it on the left side. So even though it's still in the front, but we are using our body also to represent both of it, bringing both of them in unity in our body. So Teresa, if you're ready to play the music. So everyone, please get up. And everyone else needs to be muted, and I need to be probably spotlighted.
Got it. We'll go ahead and spotlight you. And Teresa, if you'll start the music.
and we be into our body and to and let our body just the music. Let your body take in the music. And stretch. And there's now some rhythm coming, so pick up the right side, change to the left, and change to the right. And now we bring our arms with us, we go and open. Now, okay, let's go. All right. And the side. Stay center, bringing your tailbone over the floor. And your arms over the body, so you can actually really move your spine. Again, the right to the front, left, right, and open. And change right. Oh. And open your heart. As Susan said, bring it out into the world. And stay center. Let's go into our hips. Right side. Left side. Big circle. From side to side. Get ready. Right foot leads. And open. Open your heart. Now let's go into the free dance. Listen to the music and dance. And you can use your hands. Give it.
An open-hearted man. Let me be an open-hearted woman. Let me be an open-hearted man. Let me be an open-hearted woman. Let me be an open-hearted
And clap. Even if you're not dancing, clap your hands. Let's open our heart. Open. Bring it smaller into you. See in your eyes. And just for a moment, come to stillness. Put your hands on your heart and feel your heart beat. Particularly if you have moved now, you should feel it beating under your hand. And just imagine that all the parts in you, the masculine and the feminine, comes together. And as a unity, carrying that big heart to the world. We both have masculine and femininity in ourselves. So unifying it in the body and sending it out is going to heal the world.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Cornelia. As always, just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Well done.
Well done. Okay.
You
So-
pick the music.
With that, there is one more marma I would like to end with, and although many have much to be happy for, there is a wonderful marma where it's a clapping, but it's kind of with cupped hands, and you just clap 6 times, happy for no reason.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Happy for no reason.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Happy for no reason.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Happy for many reasons.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Just plain happy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Happy to be in this community.
Happy to be alive. And sending it out. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. And we'll see you next week.
Bye, y'all. Love you.
Bye. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, all. Love you, love you, love you.
Love you too.